the same time, I love seeing a great turn player just kick ass and take names. So we'll see how this is going to go. So, ladies and gentlemen, there are 160 of you out there tonight. I am Harlequin, your caster so far, and we've got the scReddit Open number 6, Game 1 between Chompy and RedAlert. Chompy, the Zerg player, previous winner, previous lots of winner, and RedAlert, previous perfect winner as well. RedAlert won the 5th scReddit Open perfectly without losing a game all the way throughout, and Chompy in the last 4 has been in the top 3 every single time, winning 2 of them. So big scReddit Open players here, and yeah, like I said, I want to see a Zerg player win, so I'm going to be a little biased here, but hey, at least I'm full disclosing that, you know. So let's see what we got here. This is a fun map. I don't think Delta Quadrant has a lot of potential, and you know, it's a relatively new map, and I haven't seen enough amazing games on it yet to really do it justice. It has so many expansion opportunities. In fact, I've played a lot of 2v2 games on this. Those of you who have seen my streams before might know that I focus mainly on 2v2s and 3v3 high-level strategy. But you've got a lot of expansions. You've got this, you know, seemingly free expansion back here, but you do have to pull your army away for a little bit to fight for it. So Terran has an advantage, though. Terran can actually build their expansion right here next to the rocks, mine at a slight distance for a while, and then when they get the time, they can blow away the rocks, whereas other races don't quite have that advantage. Let me pull up the production tab just so we can see what's going on, and we have got a nice looking, that looks like a 12 barracks, and look at Chompy, already living up to his name, chomping away on that SCV, and let's see if he can get anything done here. Chompy, in the meantime, has got the early gas. He's got 14 drones up, and he's going to go for a 14 pool, 14 gas. Sorry, 14 gas, 14 pool. Like I said, normal opening if you're going to get speedlings or something like that into whatever. It's just a good standard opening. And we've got RedAlert here. So RedAlert's got gas up. You know what we haven't seen tonight, which I would love to see in a Terran versus Zerg matchup? Oh, and look at Chompy stealing the gas. I love seeing that as well. I want to see RedAlert do a 5 racks Reaper attack, just an all-out assault of Reapers. You know, there have been some great games commented on that. Day 9 did a wonderful game versus Morrow and Idra earlier, and even we started off tonight during our tech test early on, looking at Morrow versus Idra and watching how Reapers and Zerg kind of have a nice little dynamic going on at the moment. And so let's see what we get here. We'll see how savvy RedAlert is with his Terran build orders. Now, at some point, he's going to have to kill this extractor because that really will slow that build order down. Single Marine coming out, upgrading Nitro packs. All right, so he's got the Marine to kill scouts or kill whatever, honestly, and got the Reapers for the rest of it all. So we'll see. Could just be a single, but usually if you're going to get the Nitro packs, it means you're either getting 2 or 3 or 10 or a million or infinity. So we'll see what's going on. Moving back here, not much, just checking the expansions. The Zerglings are going to start to work on destructible rocks, but hardened material, armor 3, with Zerglings doing 5 damage. That's 2 damage a hit. That'll take a million years to kill, so you really need something bigger than that. Queen's out. Speed is researching. Zerg is doing everything they should be doing. RedAlert's got center control of this Zelnaga watchtower. Very useful thing. And bam, there's the expansion. And we've got the Reapers coming out here. We've got Nitro packs almost done, and so now we see barracks 2 and 3 going up. And I got to put my money is for all in, not even all in, but just, you know, heavy Reaper assault. The reason it's not all in is because you can actually you know, you can expand very comfortably during all of this. You can either get 3 barracks and get a bunch of Reapers and expand while you're doing that, or you can get 5 barracks and expand after you've gotten 5 barracks. Either way, really aggressive, very savvy Terran build. So let's take a look and see what he's going to do, because this is where you separate the real players here. Because you know, with properly microed, a lot of Reapers. Look at this, coming right in through the back door. Not going to take any gruff from anybody. Of course, though, Chompy is well aware of this. He's got his overlords. He's seen this one done before. We've got 2 Reapers just going to be out here fighting along. Reapers just do so well against Zerglings. He needs to get that Roach Warren up, which it's coming up. I'm going to watch the Reapers coming now. I'm going to harass the main. This Queen is off creep for a little while. Zerglings are going to come in to fight, but look at how maneuverable he is. Now let's take a look back at his base, because you can see his production. He's got another Reaper, and doesn't quite have that next Reaper. There it goes. And boom, look at that, right into 5 barracks. So here we go. I love it. I love making a prediction and getting it accurate, but here it is. 5 racks Reaper Rush. Not even a rush, just, you know, like I said, it's not cheese, it's not anything. It's just a nice, steady stream of Reapers, and it goes well into Marauders, it goes well into an expansion. It's just a good, solid build for Terran, and a lot of savvy Terran players are starting to realize this is the way to attack Zergs. Because you just delay for so long with Reapers, and they really pay themselves off well. So Reapers are coming in here in the back door. Already we've got 4 Reapers in the back. We've got another one in the center of the map, it looks like. And there's that first Roach. And the Roach is where you start capitalizing on the advantage that Roaches have over Reapers. And right around the time that he starts performing well with his Roaches, you need to swap to Marauders. And we'll see how much longer he's going to do that, because he's getting 2 more Tech Labs, and he's producing 2 more Reapers. And pretty soon he's going to be resupplying 5 Reapers at a time. And he's good to go. Now, Chompy's got good positioning here, though. Look at Chompy. I really like this. Chompy is doing a great job holding this off. We got 5 more Reapers here in the front who have to retreat a little bit. And, you know, I like that Chompy isn't overreacting with Roaches. He's getting just enough. Well, okay, now he's getting 8. So right as I said that, of course, he was getting 1,000,000 Roaches. So I apologize. But either way, Roaches are what you want for a 5-Rex Reaper. A lot of people think, oh, the Terran is probably just starting off with Reapers, and I'm going to, you know, fight it off and then fight the next army. But there's nothing that says the Terran can't just stay Reapers all game. Like, if you don't counter him, he'll just stay Reapers and keep killing you. So I'm looking forward to that. Oh, good. Notice the micro right there. Notice he took the time to just target fire that creep tumor that was going up. The little details like that can really set them back, especially when he had to set aside that energy to do that, and now he has to choose between laying eggs and laying a creep tumor. The creep tumor, again, should be viewed correctly as a threat, because the creep tumor allows the Roaches to get to the Reapers quicker, which thus ups the damage of the Roaches. So, boy, they're getting cornered in everywhere, though. Look at the good control of the Roaches that Chompy has right now, as he's letting them move across the screen, and you know, he's just not being stuck to one control group syndrome or anything like that. I'd be curious to look and see. He's got all of them in group 4 for whatever reason, so he's just microing them by hand. It looks really good. 4 more in the center. 4 more Reapers a little wounded up here on the top. And now is when I'd like to see him swap everything over to Marines and to Marauders. And bam! If we didn't already see that, look at that. And this is what I was talking about before. Right after you get your 5 up, you can immediately get this command center up and start expanding again. So, you know, a lot of people would think, oh, he rushed me with Reapers. But no, he just did a normal build with Reapers that can go right into an expansion and right into a late game. He can do anything from here. He could very easily add Banshees or tanks or whatever. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he adds a single factory and gets tanks, Marines, Marauders. That's my call, but who knows. Just look at how threatening that is. I love that. And notice again, you know, Day 9 covered this a little while ago with Moro versus Idra, but his comments are still very, very apt, which is that he's not all-inning with this. I mean, by which I mean he's not simply going in there and saying, I'm going to kill your expansion and lose, you know, 6 Reapers. He's just going to do constant small amounts of damage. He'll kill a couple of Lings. He'll kill a couple of Roaches. Ooh, look at those. Did those Roaches just burrow right up? Nope, they were just there. Awesome. You know, so he's just trying to make as much of an advantage as he can. He's really being disruptive. He's really causing him to just spend a lot of time fighting off Reapers, and then here we go with a pretty reasonable-sized Marauder and Marine army. In fact, I'd like to see a lot more. Oh boy, he's really gonna... No, this is probably a Maynard here. I was gonna say, don't go all in with the SCVs at this point. That's not really worth it, but this is great, because he never was planning on going all Reapers, because, you know, really, the Zerg player should counter this with Roaches, which is why you then swap to Marines and Marauders. So this is just, you know, the Zerg player is doing exactly what they should do, which is exactly what the Terran player wants, and the Terran player is playing it perfectly. And honestly, the fact that Chompy didn't lose the game instantly is just a sign of the fact that he's a really good player, because that's a hard beginning to deal with. And now here's the real push that everyone was expecting. We've got lots of Roaches here, but they're fighting lots of Marauders with Stim. You don't want that. You just don't want that. There goes the Town Hall. Oh boy, whenever I panic, I start calling things like Warcraft 3 terms. There goes the Town Hall. There goes the Hatchery. And surprising. So this is indicative of a very smart player. You'll notice he takes his small victories and he backs away. He's not all-inning. He's not going to lose because, of course, there's going to be a ton of Zerglings and Roaches coming back to resupply. So no, he just backs off again. That's all you need to do. Kill the expansion, get his own expansion up. He's good to go. So often people don't point these things out, but even though that we didn't have mutas right away. He saw them, and he's already ready for them. He's already got muta defenses up by his SCVs. He's got muta up by his tech. And these kind of missile turrets right here and here are really important because they prevent the mutas from maneuvering around. Otherwise they could cut across this middle here and do some damage. Instead, the mutas are basically going to view this whole area as a wall. They're just going to say, I need to either go above or below it, but I can't go through it. So it's good details there. More missile turrets, more bunkers. It's interesting that he so quickly chose to go on the defensive because he correctly identified what was happening. But I think the Marines and the missile turrets largely have this under control. I'm sure he'll fill that bunker with Reapers. Or Marauders. Huh. Now, it's important to note, a lot of people might think, oh, these mutas are a total waste. They're not. I mean, he spent a bunch of money on a couple of mutas, and he should probably stop making mutas at this point. But they're not a waste because they forced RedAlert to build all of these units. They've skewed his composition back to Marines, and they forced him to build a lot of missile turrets. So, really, you're just telling him that you want his army to look a certain way, and you want his base to look a certain way. I don't think he should go too heavily on the mutas, but they're certainly not wasted in the sense that they've already paid off in that he's had to respond to them. He's been forced to respond to them. But here comes another huge attack by RedAlert. He's got Stim up. He's got all the Marauders he needs, all the Marines he needs, and I just think he's going to roll through this because those Marines are just going to take care of all those mutas. Mutas are trying real hard, but they just can't compete with the Stim. I mean, Stim Marines versus a handful of mutas like that, it's over. Marauders are going to take down the base and take out the Queen, and that's going to be it for our Intrepid Zerg player, I think. But once again, notice he knows that the way that these work. Whenever you win a fight, what's going to happen? The very next thing that'll happen is that your opponent will get a whole other wave of resupply out, which is exactly what this is. And so in anticipation of that, even though it might not have worked out too perfectly here, in anticipation of that, he pulls back as soon as he finishes the attack. Now, Chompy is going to take out the resupply and then come down here and probably finish this army off, or at least do a lot of damage to it. But still, he got an expansion out of that little bit of insight. Then I always like seeing that happen. But he'll finish that off, and once again, Chompy is just not giving up. That was a harsh loss for him, and this is the second time he's rebuilt this expansion. I'm having trouble counting, but great positioning for RedAlert. RedAlert's going to get some medevacs up, assuredly. He's got a single factory, which is just floating there in the air. Not going to build anything out of it. And a second engineering bay, because of course he's probably going to get all of his upgrades for his Marines at this point. He's probably going to go big, heavy Marine Marauder ball with medevacs. And hope that Chompy stops making Mutalisks, because he shouldn't be making mutas anymore. I mean, they're good, but not against this anymore. I mean, the time they've already had their effect. Time to have mutas is done. I know he really wants a big muta baneling army, but he doesn't have the economy to support it at this point, and he's just gonna have to let go of that dream, I think. But we'll see. But look at how tenacious he's being. He's just keeping this expansion running. He's putting all of his workers back onto it. And is that another expansion going up here? Yes, it is. There's the command center getting ready to move to the gold, perhaps, or perhaps just float it wherever. 169 viewers. Oh yeah, good job, ladies and gentlemen. Just wanted to give a shout out for that since it's already here in the middle of chat. Once again, for those of you new viewers who are out here, my name is Harlequin. I'm your caster for now, and we have got the scReddit Open number 6, and we are watching right now RedAlert versus Chompy. This is a good, interesting game. I need to sell you on this fact because both of these people are previous
scReddit Open champions, and this is game 1 on Delta Quadrant. And it's tense game. We got to see a beautiful 5 racks Reaper build from our Terran player, and now he's kind of all in here with these. Oh no, his SCVs are going back now. Let's get back onto the action here, though. We've got the Marauders and the Marines and the Medevacs versus the Blings and the Roaches and the Mutas, and they are just taking horrific casualties. I think this is going to be the final blow where Chompy's just going to have to fold, because now, unlike the previous attacks, it seems like RedAlert has enough to withstand not only this army, not only the attack from the expansion, but whatever comes out of the production queue next, and that's what he needs to win the game. He just has force overwhelming, better economy, and he's just been capitalizing time and time again on these small marginal victories and not overcommitting. Now, he can overcommit all he wants. He's done. He's got this game in the bag. GG, lost time.